there's a lot. Like, I'm reluctant. And after a lot of feedback, I've got to tell you, I've grown reluctant to sort of start talking about people who are not charged with crimes as though they have some sort of proximate responsibility for crimes that other people have committed.
According to the Atlanta Police Department, a music video shoot in rival territory would set off a deadly chain reaction that would claim multiple lives. In May of 2004, Lil Baby would take part in a music video being filmed on Verbena Street in the Dixie Hill neighborhood, an area said to be controlled by the Only My Family or OMF gang, a subset of the Goodfellas. And during the course of that music video, though Lil Baby wasn't on scene, gunfire would erupt, leaving 3 men shot, a 24-year-old hit in the arm, a 27-year-old shot in the back, and a 23-year-old wounded in the neck. But according to APD, that wasn't enough for the rival gang. Less than 2 months later, on July 2nd, 2024, the violence would escalate to unthinkable proportions when a birthday celebration in the Oakland City neighborhood, the known home to Lil Baby, was ambushed, leaving 2 13-year-olds dead and another child wounded, with APD believing this act to be direct retaliation for that music video shoot carried out on the orders of an incarcerated Goodfellas gang leader. Major Ralph Wolford of the Atlanta Police Department described the incident as stemming from the cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper who decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he know he should not have been.
Police are working to try to find out who opened fire on the set of a music video reportedly featuring Atlanta's very own Lil Baby.
The shooting happened just before 5 o'clock tonight. There is a map right here on your screen of where this all took place on Verbena Street. That's in the Dixie Hills neighborhood and the northwest part of the city.
Baby just pulled up on us. You know, we doing it big around this month.
There was a music video that was being shot at the location at the time in which the shots were fired.
Chaos in this parking lot.
We had multiple individuals flee the scene subsequent to the shooting,
leaving a trail of evidence scattered across the crime scene.
You saw the multiple shell casings right adjacent to the music video set.
APD using its K-9 team to find evidence in what witnesses described as a drive-by shooting.
It appears to be an isolated and targeted incident,
bringing out not only detectives, but APD's gang unit as well.
Several of the individuals in the city that are involved in some of these hybrid rap performance groups are involved in certain conflicts throughout the city. So us as a city of Atlanta, we do want to be proactive in making sure that our gang unit is on scene and at the on front of any potential matters that could escalate as a result of a shooting of this nature.
During an afternoon news conference, investigators blamed the deadly shooting on a local rapper. They said the attack was in retaliation for the rapper entering a rival gang's territory to film a music video.
In the subsequent days, we saw homicides and shootings, and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions, and you know who you are.
I do think that people saw the YSL indictment and said, Fonnie Willis is going to come for us. We need to find a way to not draw attention. They're one of the gangs that the district attorney's office a year ago, more than a year ago now, specifically noted as one of the street gangs that they were expecting to charge with racketeering and gang crimes. There was a set of them. Henchman, homicide, spelled with an X, PDE, 4PF, 5L, 4L, plus whatever Rolling 60s sets are running around here. Like they were, there was a list. And I don't mean the list. There was a list that was circulating online, and it's not that list. It's really specific to Atlanta.
An in-depth gang investigation. Recent months, you've had 2 high-profile gang racketeering cases. There's going to be more.
Over the next 60 days, you'll see 2 more.
Atlanta police now blame the deaths of 2 Atlanta teens last summer on a violent street gang in our community. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 5 News at 5. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Just hours ago, APD announced they now have charged 7 people with the murders. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert is live at Atlanta Police Headquarters to tell us what we're finding out. Tyler?
Yeah, Courtney, good evening to you. Investigators say two 13-year-olds were innocent victims caught in a gang retaliation shooting while celebrating a birthday.
The overall theme of this case is grown men playing gangster.
Atlanta police say these are the innocent faces of gang violence in Atlanta. Two of them, 13-year-old boys Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman, were killed. An 11-year-old Dontavius Davis was wounded last July in a shooting on Spark Street. APD says Freeman was killed on his 13th birthday.
Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life.
Authorities say a high-ranking member of the Goodfellas gang who was incarcerated orchestrated the attack using a smuggled cell phone. Following those instructions, the suspects opened fire at an apartment complex where the three young teens were gathered to celebrate Freeman's birthday. Police say they weren't the targets.
These kids were innocent victims. So when we talk about the gang involvement, these two 13-year-olds and this 11-year-old, they didn't have a gang involvement.
Those arrested were identified as Keontae Sanders, Richard Hollis, Reginald Thomas, DeKeithion Mobley, Marcus Crawford, Tradon Crawford, and Allie Caldwell. The final two were arrested Tuesday. Police had some tough talk for those responsible.
Goodfellas Criminal Street Gang being one of the most hyper-violent gangs in the city of Atlanta. And we will pursue you relentlessly in making sure that we keep this city safe and suppressing violence.
Atlanta police are blaming the actions of a local rapper for the shooting deaths of two 13-year-olds.
In a news conference this afternoon, the department announced it's made 7 arrests in the shooting and is still offering $50,000 in reward money for information that leads to more.
The overall theme of this case is grown men playing gangster that left 2 of our children in graves and a community in fear. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been.
Tonight, 11 Alive has confirmed rapper Lil Baby is named in arrest warrants in the shooting deaths of 13-year-olds Lamont Freeman and Jacody Davis. The shooting happened last summer in the Oakland City West End apartments on Peoples Street. Police described it as gang violence escalated by a Lil Baby music video shoot. Investigators say members of the Goodfellas gang orchestrated the attack from behind bars using a contraband cell phone.
By all accounts, the two 13-year-old boys were innocent children celebrating their birthdays, one on the day of the shooting and the other just 4 days prior. However, with investigators linking the May 2004 Lil Baby music video shoot on Verbena Street, during which 3 individuals were shot, to the subsequent murders in Oakland City, an area recognized as the home of Lil Baby and a stronghold for 4PF, a group the Georgia Bureau of Investigations has already classified as a gang. These connections might escalate things, given that children as young as 13 and even younger are known to join gangs. If any further investigations reveal connections between the victims and the gang associated with Lil Baby, it could implicate things for the rapper, especially considering Georgia's strict laws against recruiting minors into gangs.
Is considered one of the underlying crimes that you can be charged with a gang crime with. So it's like this. Some gang crimes are super obvious, like you murdered a rival, or you are dealing drugs as a street gang. But the legislature drew some fairly broad lines around what they consider a gang crime. So certain kinds of corrupting over the youth are considered a gang crime. Like the recruiting of children into a criminal street gang is itself a gang crime. And so if you are shown to have done that, you have committed a gang crime. That's why the legislature threw that kind of crime into the into the statute.